Which teams had the best draft classes of all of the 2023 NFL draft? I've got three picks for you. This is in no particular order. The first one, the Indianapolis Colts had a fantastic day. And the approach apparently for Chris Ballard was we're going to go draft the best athletes, the best height, weight, speed guys at every position. And not only are they good athletes, not only are they great athletes, they all tested at ridiculous percentiles in the history of all of their positions. So we start off with them getting Anthony Richardson, the quarterback of their future. He had one of the craziest combine performances ever for a quarterback. I think you give him time. This fit is perfect for Shane Steichen and what they're going to do running the football early on. Put him next to Jonathan Taylor, maybe midway through the season, and you could have fantastic rushing production. I think within a few years, this could be the best rushing offense in the NFL, only rivaling the Philadelphia Eagles. After that, they go with Julius Brents, Josh Downs on day two. Both of those selections are fantastic picks. Them ending up with Julius Brents, who's a tall 6'4" corner out of Kansas State. He moves very well for his size. He's going to be a great outside corner within this Colts defense. But Josh Downs is a steal for getting him in the third round. Great route runner, plays way bigger than his size, has great contact balance, and plays well through contact, I think, in the red zone, and is going to do so much as a small and explosive receiver, as a deep threat, as a yards after catch guy. Josh Downs will be a great option to add into the mix to play alongside Michael Pittman for Anthony Richardson. On day three, though, the rest of these picks are fantastic. Blake Freeland, tall, long, former tight end from BYU who's playing left tackle. He might not start right away, but eventually could work his way into a starting role within this Colts offense. They also managed to get the most freakish defensive line prospect ever in Ade Odubware from Northwestern. Now, Odubware is extremely rare. He is a player that is going to take some time to fully develop into his full capability, but he goes to a defense that doesn't ask him to be an immediate starter. He can work his way into the rotation as he learns from all the guys around him and eventually become a freakishly dominant interior rusher, or at the very least, a really strong starter with all the traits he brings to the position. They also ended up getting Darius Rush from South Carolina, and then I also like the selection of Evan Hull as a secondary third option in this run game. Overall, fantastic class for the Indianapolis Colts. The Pittsburgh Steelers have one of the draft classes that needs way more recognition for how good it is. In the first round, I love that they traded up to go get Broderick Jones. Their primary focus had to be finding protection for Kenny Pickett. That offensive line has aged terribly since Ben Roethlisberger has been gone, and you throw Broderick Jones in the mix here, plug and play tackle. I think there's other spots that definitely need to be shored up, but it also helps that you added his teammate in Darnell Washington, who is the best blocking tight end in the class and is arguably a sixth offensive lineman. So you have that chemistry and you have such good setup for Kenny Pickett in this run game for Najee Harris to produce a lot of yards. So I love the direction there. But on defense, man, three of these picks just fit what we know that the Pittsburgh Steelers love to do. They go after Joey Porter Jr., who is a former Pittsburgh Steeler. Tall, long, fluid corner out of Penn State. He is going to be a day one starter, and this defense is the first pick on day two. Then Keanu Benton. I've already spoken about how much I love Keanu Benton. He came on our show. He is such an underrated player, has upside to play all three downs, can play multiple spots along the defensive line, can rush the passer, all of that. He can do it. Plug and play player from day one. And then them getting Nick Herbig, an underrated rusher in this class, undersized out of Wisconsin, but can work into this rotation of pass rushers in this defense. All of these picks fit perfectly with what the Steelers needed and also with how they construct their rosters and produced playoff contending teams on a year-to-year basis. The last one I loved, and this is especially for what they did on day one, and I think mostly for what they did on day one, but some of these later picks are great as well. The Seattle Seahawks had a home run of a draft. To go to the playoffs with so many question marks, people saying that this is one of the worst rosters in the NFL. Geno Smith couldn't get the job done. Instead, they go to the playoffs with Geno. They come back. They have a top 5 pick. They've also got a top 20 pick. They go Devin Witherspoon, very physical corner, a guy who is going to be a plug-and-play player across from Tariq Woolen, fits that mentality on defense. On top of that, They also get Jackson Smith and Jigba. For this receiving core to now have Jackson Smith and Jigba, DK Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett, there are so many options for Geno Smith to be comfortable and to produce and for this offense to take a step forward. But what helps this offense take an even further step forward and why they were good last year is that they ran the ball so damn well with Kenneth Walker. You know what you do for a smaller running back that was really productive as a rookie? You go and get him an even bigger body to take carries off of his hands. You have a thunder and lightning combination now with Zach Charbonnet from UCLA and Kenneth Walker. That is very sneaky good running back tandem that the Seattle Seahawks are going to be able to deploy, and especially for a team that runs the ball as well as they do. Lastly, I think that them getting Oluwatimi a little bit later on in this class is a nice selection for them. I think that he has the potential to be a starting center. At the very least, is a good backup offensive lineman. So overall, a strong class for the Seattle Seahawks. If you think I'm missing any teams, drop a comment below and let me know where I'm wrong. I just want to tell you folks about an exciting new partnership that we have with this channel with Underdog Fantasy. Ever since I joined, I've been having so much fun. There are so many different exciting games that make watching games during the offseason more exciting. I'm not the biggest basketball fan, but it has made it way more entertaining since I found Underdog Fantasy. And my favorite game to play so far, which I think you should try out, is Pick'em. It is so easy to play. Just pick higher or lower on your favorite player's stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. Underdog keeps it simple with their easy-to-use website and mobile apps. Pick between 2 and 5 players to fill out your Pick'em slip, get every pick right, and take home some cold hard cash. Use code HACK, H-A-C-K, HACK, like the name of this channel. Use code HACK to get your first deposit doubled up to $100 by Underdog. Go sign up. You won't regret it. You're going to have a blast. Check out Underdog Fantasy. I also want to tell you folks about our other recurring sponsor that we have on this channel, that being BetOnline, betonline.ag, which has all the updated odds, news, and anything for sports betting. It's my go-to source for when I want to be betting specifically on games. I love betting on college basketball or the NBA, especially, again, during the offseason. Always looking for more fun ways to be focused in on some of these other sports. It's betonline.ag and use promo code BELIEVE50. It's promo code BELIEVE50 to get 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.